Hello and welcome back to Lovella's Coloring. For this video, this is part 4 of my coloring in my first book for the hashtag Color Your Hoard challenge. This book is Vilin San and it's illustrated by Tomislav Tomic. I am collaborating with Kylara for this challenge and I'll be linking her channel down below in the descriptions. Kylara has been recovering and I just want to give her a shout out that let her know that I am thinking and praying for her to continue mending, and if you guys can please send her prayers and well wishes, I would really appreciate it. I'm sure she would appreciate it too, so if you guys can do that, thank you so much. So on with the book, I've been trying to do this video but there just hasn't been the right time. Even now it's a bit iffy for me to try to record this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try because the month is almost up and I really want to finish this picture. Finish this picture, and just in case in the background you may hear my 3-year-old son Mason, and that's part of the iffy because he's 3, so he's kind of unpredictable. The past few days he's been having a lot of tantrums. It's just want mommy all the time, and it's been really hard for me to just do these long colorings. So hopefully while his siblings are at school I can try to get a lot of this done. So hopefully, I don't think I can finish this whole thing for this part, but probably have one more part after this one. Yeah, so I've been trying to visualize for the past few days what I want to do for the rest of this picture, and I've been going back and forth with my decisions, but I've decided to just, you know, stop. First thing that comes to mind, just go ahead and do it. I did have a dream last night of coloring actually this page, and I really liked what I was dreaming with the colors that I put or that I was coloring in my dreams. So I wrote it down and that's what I'm gonna do. The dream was the colors I was gonna use for her dress and for her hair. So but for this part I want to finish up the rest of the border, the little fairies, and then start on the fairy goddess herself before I end this video. So the first one I want to start off with is the borders, and I've been trying to go back and forth. I was like, should I just do black borders, gold borders? So I decided to just do gold borders, and I also wanted to add gold in like different areas for the rest of the fairy. So I'll just go ahead and I'm using golden ochre. I'm continuing to use the Pablos, and I'll probably stick in a couple of the Irojiten pencils also. So this is the Caran Pablos. Color is golden ochre number 33, and I'm just gonna do a light layer over all the areas that I want to color gold. So just going to do very light layer, and yeah, I've been like the wings. I was like, how will I color the wings? I still can't really visualize how I want to do the wings. I was gonna say the rings, because of all these little details. What am I gonna do with this? And I'm gonna try not. Maybe I'm just making it difficult for myself. I'm just gonna try to whatever comes to mind. So the border, I want to have it gold, and the little spears, I want that golden too, and the ribbon, this little area here, I want that gold also. So I'm just going to color over all of those. Yeah. So I don't know if I've told you that I do all my recordings on my phone. So everything is done on my phone, my editing and anything I put in the description, I have to do it through my phone. My computer is not working. It's very slow. It's really old. So even though it's an Apple, I think every time we do an update, it gets slower and slower. So yeah, so it's hard when everything I have to do is on my phone, especially when I'm uploading and I can't do anything, and I just have to let it sit there, and so I can't even check like Instagram or I use my older son's iPad just so I can watch like YouTube and color any other projects I'm doing while like a video is uploading. Yeah, so that's like one reason why sometimes it takes me a while, unless if the video is going to be like short. If I know it's going to be like about less than 30 minutes or less than an hour, then I try to, with minimum editing, then it's a lot easier for me to put out, like when I did my how I color fur and grass. Those were easy videos because that one I can easily put together. It's not that much what is it, editing for me to do. I'm gonna put this down here and almost done with this gold. Just and yeah. I think he's just having too much fun with himself over there. So let me see. Maybe I'll go ahead and do the ribbons gold too. Here. Okay, so the other two colors I'm going to be using is also the Caran Pablo Bistre number 47 and Cream number 491. So I'll just show what I do on this side. So just go a little bit of brown there, a little brown down here. And then I'm going to use the golden ochre or brown Bistre, and then now I'm going to use golden ochre and just drag the yellow towards the center. And see that light layer of golden ochre, and then I'm just going to use the cream to lighten it. So that's my way of doing gold with just 3 colors. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It's a simple, easy way that I do gold, especially when it's just a small section. So here, like where the shaded areas, I'm just going to do a light Bistre, and then I'm going to put golden ochre on top. I won't even use the cream on that one. Here, a little bit of Bistre, golden ochre, And just slightly go over that part, and then the cream to lighten it. There you go. And then go ahead and do this. See, I'm just gonna go at the edge and just drag out this Bistre color down, and on this side, I don't know if you can see it right there. Going to and bring it out towards the middle as much as I can. I don't want to go too far. There, I can add more Bistre if I want later on, if I feel like I need to. And then, so now I'm going to come in with the golden ochre. I'm just going to go over this part a bit. Going over the Bistre, and I'm doing it hard over the Bistre, and then as I go towards the middle, I'm just gradually adding color towards the middle. Then the same on the other side as like medium, and then I'm turning my pencil so that I can get that sharp. Just go towards the middle, just slightly. I'm just going to do a light layer now over the middle part here. And I'm going to clean up the edges with the Bistre. And there. Clean this up. Just go underneath a little bit. And then also on this side. Bring this Bistre towards the middle. Come back with the golden ochre and do a medium pressure. Then as I go towards the middle, I lighten up my pressure. And same on this side. Medium pressure. Then lighten up as I go towards the center. And then now I'm going to come in with the cream. And I'm just going to go over this side, and I'm just going to start from the middle, and this is medium pressure that I'm using. Just push out this cream. So now I'm going to do the ribbons. See, where should I start? And then we go ahead and do these over here. These little ribbon down here. I'm just lightly putting like little shadows wherever it goes up. I'm just gonna leave that as the lightest. When it goes down, that's where I'm gonna put the Bistre. This. So it will look wavy. So now I'm going to come in with the golden ochre. I'm going over where I laid the Bistre and slightly going up towards that curve. Not all the way. I'm going over the Bistre and just leaving where I wanted it highlighted, and just to give it an effect that area is wavy. Cleaning it up. And now I'm going to come in with the cream, and I'm just going to go over the highlighted areas that I left and the yellow, or the golden ochre. And so that's, so it kind of looks wavy, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side also. So wherever it rises up away from the middle, that's where the highlighted area is, and then where the curve that goes towards the center is where I'm going to lay the Bistre. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the golden ochre and just go right over it. And I think in my last video I said that I wanted to do the berries, and I was thinking of just like do straight, or not straight coloring, but like focus on those fairies, but I thought it'd be easier for me to just, wherever I like the gold, I want to use it in several places, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that done, and then before I focus straight on the fairy. So I'm just adding a little more ochre, like too lightly. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the cream and just go over the highlighted and the ochre that the golden ochre I laid down. Bless you! Yeah, I was worried that my son has picked up a cold during the weekend. We went to church and went to visit family, and you know, when there's a lot of people, and there's always bound to pick up someone's cold or leftover cold. So I'm just gonna come back with the Bistre. I just want to add a little more shadow area, and then the golden ochre. Because I did that side darker, I'm just gonna come back in on the other side, and just to even it out. Yeah. So this is pretty much what I'm gonna do with the rest of it. So I'll show a little bit of what I do with the ribbons, and then come back with all the gold areas colored. And I'm gonna do the little spear. Just gonna put the shadow on that side. It's so small, I'm just gonna do little ones, a little flick of the Bistre, and come with the ochre, golden ochre. And then the cream. And then with her sash, I'm just gonna go little flick of where I think the shaded area of the ribbon. Just gonna go like the ends of the ribbon. Just gonna take that. A little bit right over there. Okay, so golden ochre over the Bistre and just drag it there. It's such a small section that just over where I put the Bistre here, and then the cream. Okay, so I'll be back. And we'll see the rest of the gold sections finished. Okay, so I'm done with the gold. I did the little bird and the star and the flags and the rest of the ribbons. Now I'm going to concentrate on this fairy, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay, so I'm going to start with her skin, and I'm using the Irojitens for the skin. The first color I'm going to use is apricot, and I'm just going to put a layer of this over her skin. And it's such a small area that I'm just using so after I lay the apricot, I'm going to come in with the cinnamon, and just where I think there would be a shadow, like under her hair, under her chin, the bottom part of her arm, just around the hand part, like right there, their fist. It's such a small area that just a little bit is okay. And I'm going to be using the apricot again to just, because I'm using a dark, the cinnamon's actually pretty dark, and I just wanted it dark because when I go over it with the apricot, I'll lighten it. There you go. So now I'm coming in like with a medium pressure. And we go. Just in case you hear like a buzzing sound, that's the construction that's going on in the back of my house. So, okay, now I'm gonna come in with, I've decided to do like green for the inside part of the wings. So I'm gonna start off with, these are the Caran Pablos. So this is moss green 225, and I'm just gonna go in dark and then lighten up just like that, and this area too, dark and lighten up, and on here too. I'm gonna be doing little details, but I'm gonna do that at the end after I'm finished coloring. So I'm just gonna go like that. I think I'll put a little bit more. And then now I'm gonna come in with the light green 221, and I'm gonna go over the moss and then cover this one section up. And just like that, and I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do with it. So now with the dress, I've decided to use the colors that I used on the roses, like right there. So that is ruby red, moss pink, and the granite rose. So I'm going to go over the whole thing with rose pink, just a light layer. Gonna go over it like this. I don't know if that's her feet down there or one of those little circles on the wings. I wanted the outer part right over here to be a darker part of the dress. So I'm just using the ruby red now to, I mean, you can color it whichever way you want, but I know, just decide to do it this way. And then I'm going to come in with the rose pink. And, oh, I'm using the granite rose to smooth it out. Pretty much burnish it. And then for the rest of the dress, I'm just going to use the rose pink, and I'm just going to go from the waist and lighten up as I go up. And then the same thing with this section. I'm just going to use it like it's a shadow, just like that. Just like it's a little shadow, using the lines for the folds. And then I'm going to come in with the granite rose and burnish that one in. And right in the bottom there's like a little, no, I think it just folds up, so I'm just gonna go right here, just that, and I'm gonna take the cinnamon again, and I'm just gonna assume this is her feet, so like that. And then for the rest of the wing, I thought I would just go ahead and use the pink again, but I'm just gonna come in with the rose pink and just bring out the color. There's this little section right here. I'm just lightly adding the color and gradually going out on the wing. Just seeing if I like it. Just right there. Continue at the bottom part of the wing. There. I'm going to come in with the granite rose, and I'm just going to smooth it out. And I'm going to probably most likely go over the wing to probably like with a gel pen, maybe silver, or maybe a glitter pen. Add a little bit of glitter, or maybe just put the Zig Kuretake. I'm not sure. We'll find out at the end. I'm gonna add a little bit more rose pink, so medium, and then just pushing it out. And another over here. And while I'm doing this, try to decide what did I want. I think I said I was thinking just go with brown. Brown here. Brown here for the fairy. So I'm just going to come in with the Bistre, and then I'm just going to use cream. So Bistre, I'm just going to do like a light layer. Sorry, my son's playing with his Paw Patrol, so they're having conversations. So he's making like his little scene. Like this. Just darken it. So I'm just gonna darken it where I want the light or darkest part. And then I'm going to use the cream for the highlighted sections. Because the cream, it really covers the brown. I'm going to come back with the Bistre and just darken it a little bit where I lightened it too much, and I'm just dragging the color out there, and that's it. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna color the fairy. I'm gonna do the same to the other one, and then for the flag, I want to. I'm going to use the blues that I used earlier on the flowers. So I'm going to use indigo and bluish gray from the Caran Pablos. I'm going to start with the bluish gray, and I'm coloring the inside part here. And let's do a light layer of the bluish gray first. And because it's waving, I know where I want to put my darker color and where the lighter color would be, or the highlight of the flag. Guess. So I'm coming in with the indigo blue. I'm gonna start at this and just lightly add the indigo blue going this way, and same on this side. And just color that in. And same thing over here. And there. I gotta apologize. Hopefully the microphone doesn't pick up where it's like so loud. I'm coloring this. That's why I wanted. sometimes I add like the speed through, because if I'm doing like those long colorings where, like probably with the wings, I probably have to do like kind of like a speed through. But yeah, he can get loud. Sometimes he just screams and I don't even know it's coming. It scares me when he does that. So now I'm gonna come in with the bluish gray, and then I'm just medium pressure and just filling it in, except for the middle part over here. I think I'm gonna come in with one more color, so I'm just doing light. Right over. Okay, now I'm going to use the bluish pale, and I'm just going to, I'm not pushing down, I'm just lightly going over it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and darken some spot. Where is the dark or spots? And for the outside part, I kept debating about what I should color that one. Instead of cream, I'm going to do yellow. I don't know, I just changed my mind. So I'm going to use the yellow of the Caran dash, and I'm just going to lightly go over that whole thing, that edge of the flag. And then coming back with the Bistre, I use the Bistre a lot. Where the slight curve of the flag, I'm just going to lightly add a little Bistre right there. I don't know why he's doing kissy sounds. Who is kissing? Huh? Okay, then over here, just like a light layer of Bistre. Here, probably down over here where the crease is. Okay, so now I'm gonna come in with the yellow.
Bobby.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going over where I laid the Bistre and not going all the way up. I'm going to leave that for the cream that I'm going to use as a highlight. Add yellow here. So I'm doing like a medium pressure. And medium pressure here, leaving that section lightened, and that's where I'm going to put the, what is that? The cream. So I have the cream here, and I'm using medium pressure now with the cream, and I'm just blending it, not blending it, but burnishing it. Okay. I will come back later after I'm done with the whole picture to do any embellishments for the wings and for her hair. So I'm gonna go to the other fairy. So with this fairy I'm gonna do the same thing, same colors. So I'm gonna start off with the apricot from the Irojiten, and just color light layer of skin. That is her foot right over there. I think that's another one. And then now I'm going to come in with the cinnamon from Irojitens, and wherever I think would be the shadowed area. And it does look a little dark, but I'm going to be coloring using the apricot to go over it again. So just continuing where I think the shadow would be on her body. And now I'm gonna come back in with the apricot, and just now I am using medium pressure to color this over the skin, and you can see that it lightened up the skin a little bit. Okay, so I'll be doing the same thing with the dress, using ruby red and rose pink and the granite rose, but I'm going to be coloring it differently. So I'll start off with the rose pink and just go over her dress, light layer. That. And then now I'm going to come in with the ruby red. Ruby red? Yes. And I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to have the color go up. So even though they're colored the same way, the way the color is used is different. So just slowly bring that ruby red up. Just darken here. So now I'm going to come in with the rose pink. Rose pink, I go over part of the ruby red and then just slowly, and I'm going to go up from the waist up. So I'm going to very much good. This, and then come in with the granite rose. I'm using medium pressure to lay color, and then I'm just going to go over the rest of the dress just to burnish it, and then if it looks too lightened up, I can go over it again with the ruby red. This silly boy is making himself, he thinks he's making a joke. I don't know. Yeah, so just darken it up again. There. So with her hair, I'm just gonna color the same. So it's like her minions, I guess, the fairy, her little workers. So I'll have them look alike. And just lightly color over it. And I don't think I can get my pencil any more sharper than it is now. And now I'm going to come in with the cream. Just lightly go over. And wherever I think I need to darken it up, I'm just going to go over it again. Till right there, okay. Alright, so now I'm going to start with the wings, and the same colors. I'm going to use moss green and light green. So I'll start with moss green, and I'm just going to medium and then light pressure as I go towards that little section. Medium and light. Let's see, right here. Make sure I get in between. So that was moss green. Now I'm coming in with the light green. So that part's done. I'm gonna come in with the pinks for the rest of the wings. And just a light layer of the rose pink. And just color in those sections. And come in with the granite rose now and color the rest of the wing. Yeah, I have to test out like the Achis because or my other glitter pens or gel pens, just to make sure it doesn't go through, because I would love to use that for the fairies' wings. So I'm coming back with the rose pink again just to darken it up, and then lightly go towards the outer part of the wings. And just clean this up with the granite rose. Okay, so for the flag, I know I want to use the yellow that I used on the other flag, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The yellow part I want to use at the ends of these. And I think I will use, I don't know, debating between red and green. Think about it as I color this. And adding Bistre to give that illusion of it's waving, so you can see the highlight, the bendy part. Then I come back in with the yellow, leaving areas where I am going to go over with the cream. So now go over the cream. I'm gonna come back with the Bistre just a little bit. And just go over it. And maybe a little bit over here. And then come back with the yellow. And actually, because there's like, I just want like a little shadow there. Then back with the cream just to clean it up. I think I'm just gonna go with green. With that one. But the green I'm going to use is I'm going to use the bluish green, and the lime green is the colors that I used on the purple hydrangea looking flowers. I'm going to start off with a light layer of the bluish green. And then I'm just going to darken the areas. And over here. And lightly color that. Like that. Now you come in with the lime green. Okay, my 3-year-old is Mason's really trying to get my attention right now, so gonna finish this one up, and then I'll be right back with the next part. Probably just take a second, you guys. Or actually, can't hold on for a little bit. I'm gonna come in with the indigo blue just to add shadow on this part. You're okay, Mason. No, I know. Here. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom you out so you can see both of the fairies. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start with her dress. It took me a little bit to figure out what to do, what colors. I know I wanted like a purple color and wanted cream, but just finding the right shade just took me a little bit. But I'm going to continue with the ribbon over here. I want to do the purple, so I'm using Aubergine that I used on the flowers here, but instead of crocus, I'm going to be using sea fog from Irojiten. I just like that shade a lot better than the crocus. Here, let me see if I can show you. So, there's no glare right there. This is the crocus that I used earlier, but I really like the muted shade of the sea fog, so I wanted to go ahead and use this one instead. So I'm going to go ahead and the areas where I'm going to be using this color, I'm going to go ahead and color it in. So I'm going to start with the ribbons on her hair. Just kind of do a small layer, or a light layer. And just go over it. The other color that I was going to add to the dress is cream, and the reason why I didn't use cream is because her hair, I plan to make it blonde, so I didn't want it to just like it'll clash. I wanted the ribbons to stand out, so the ribbons on her hair, I decided to make it purple. So over here, just do the ribbons, a light layer of the purple or the sea fog, and I'm thinking that if for the next part, I will try to have one side of the wings done, and I'll show you how I colored it on the left side, just to make it easier for me to film. And yeah, it's just to get a head start on that one. My son Mason is watching YouTube, those little toy reviews that people do, and then I think there's like some of those channels where they play with toys. He loves watching those, so, and that's kind of how he plays now with his toys. He kind of copies what they do in their little videos. So I'm just gonna stop right there for now, and then I'm just gonna come in now with the Aubergine, and let me see if I can zoom you in just a little bit. And just gonna go right here. So I'm using the Caran Pablo Aubergine. I really like that name. I hope I'm saying it correctly. And I'm just guessing where I would stick the darkest part. Now I'll come in with the sea fog now, going over where I did the Aubergine. I'm going to leave a little highlighted area where I'm going to go over it with white. And that's why I like to give like a little hint of like that, like the sea fog, like in the when I was coloring the gold, I always put like a layer of the color that I'm using underneath before I put like cream on this part, just to give that hint of color. So in this one, I would when I put the white over the highlight, it will still have that hint of the sea fog purple color underneath. Excuse me. So now I'm coming in with the Caran Pablo white, and I'm just going to go over it and just burnishing it in very much. And if you feel like that you want to darken up like the ends, because the white muted the color a little too much, just come in and lightly add color. This. So when I look at that page, I see like a lot of colors, but I hope at the end it feels like it's cohesive. I really love how the Caran and the Pablos color on this in this book. So I won't be so afraid to jump in to color another another page, but I think it's just, you know, the unknown of what if you pick the wrong colors, or, you know. But we all have our hits and misses, so it's just trying to get over that fear and just go for it. And most of all, just have fun coloring. I don't usually sit long when I color. I'm always like, I color a little bit and I stand up and I do some other stuff. So if I'm not recording right now, I would have been coloring for a bit and then like run around the house doing like little bits of chores if I can, picking up the kids, and go back and color a little bit and try to figure out what to make for dinner. So I'm never usually in one spot coloring straight. I wish I could. I'd probably forget to eat. just be happy coloring. Yeah. I hope earlier in the video my son wasn't so distracting. I know he can be a little bit noisy. I'm gonna try when I edit to try to minimize his bangings. So he did say sorry though after I asked him to stop banging his toys. But I swear sometimes I know he knows that he shouldn't be doing it, but because he looks at me as he's banging away and I give him a look, and you know, it's that raised eyebrow looking like, are you seriously going to keep banging that toy? And he just smiles, you know. So he may be 3, but he knows what he's doing. One more part here. So I hope you guys are enjoying these this color along. This is my longest one, so these kind of illustrations, even on my own, I take my time. So oops, sorry. So yeah, I hope it's okay that I take my time coloring this, trying to figure out what colors I want to use. And since it's I'm recording, it's like I don't know what could go wrong while I color. I might color the wrong thing, I don't know. Or I might forget to press record, and I'm still recording, okay. So, you know, it's just those little worries. So let me do the inside part here. So, for this ribbon part, maybe I should just, because I want to try to get as much of the dress if I could done. I don't want this video to be too long that, you know, I hope it's not boring, so just a little bit here. So I'm just gonna color a little bit more and either fast forward or get to the done part for these ribbons, or until I get to the next one. Yeah, I like coloring these like little wavies, like here and this ribbon. It kind of I like seeing the results of when you add the color and it actually looks like it's moving. That makes sense. Okay. I'm back again. I don't know. You probably didn't notice anyways. My son was yelling for crackers. I had to situate him on his little sofa so he can eat there. So, if you guys are doing this challenge also, please let me know what you're coloring. Really curious to know. Let's bring this aubergine down a little bit, and then come in with the sea fog. And right here. Yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this coloring by the end of the month. I'm going to have to do a lot of videos too because I have my finished pages and my coloring supplies haul. I only want to do one a month. I don't want to do like several, so just for me. And I mean, I could do hauls as I get a package in, but I don't know, I just feel like it's better to just wait and just do it all in one video. And just do it like a month supplies haul. I really like the colors of the aubergine and the sea fog. So over here, it's the same thing. And lightly right there, I'm just gonna go a little bit and this. Okay, now I'll come in with the sea fog. If any of you that owns the Irojiten, I was wondering if any of you have any problems with like sharpening them. So even when I use like the Derwent Super Point, okay, so even if I use the Derwent Super Point, it sharpens it, but the lead just falls right off. And so what I use for the Irojiten, because it works, instead of using the Derwent Super Point, I use the M&R. So I go back and forth because some of the Irojiten works okay when I use the Derwent Super Point, the manual cranking sharpener, but some of them I would sharpen and then the lead would fall right off, and I don't know, it's just very, very fragile, very fragile. Okay, come in with the white. Yeah, so with the Irojitens, if you guys have it, what sharpeners do you guys use? Chew your food. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's almost that time where I have to feed eat some lunch and then feed Mason some lunch too before we go and pick up his sister from high school and then his brother from the bus stop. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do to the rest of the ribbon. And for this one, I'm coloring it a different color. So when I come back, we'll have this ribbon done, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and I've just noticed that I missed some part over here where I want the gold to be, and yeah, so I'm just gonna color the areas where I'm gonna put gold. I decided to make this one gold also. So before I left to pick up my daughter from high school, I just had this, you know, have you ever had that kind of feeling where you feel like you're on a roll and you just want to keep on going, and you have this like image or vision in your head that, you know, what you want to put down on the paper or color for the illustration? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, I mean, I have that feeling before I left, and I want to get it back because, you know, it just pushes you to continue, and I'm not like second guessing myself about the color choices I made. I just hope that the construction behind me doesn't keep making like too much noise. They were, I don't know what they're doing, like cutting pipes. I don't know, like these huge pipes that I guess is going to go below the house, but they're not cutting trees. Kind of sounds like they're cutting trees, but they're cutting like some kind of pipe that I can see behind me, and it's just irking. Just, I can feel like a headache coming up just by listening to it. So it's really loud, and hopefully it's not too much that you can't hear me talk. Sorry, just lost my voice there. So my 3-year-old is sleeping right now. Got him down to take a nap. He's not feeling too well, and he has some kind of cold where he's just sniffling, just has like runny nose, and yeah, it's just like smeared all over his face. So I had to like clean him up, and yeah, so poor baby. So he went down to take a nap pretty fast, so just want him to rest up and before I leave again, because I had to, my 10-year-old son is still at school. He should be home in another 30 minutes from the school bus, and then in a couple hours I had to drop him off at the church. He has class at church tonight, so yeah, so just hopefully I get this done. As I was driving to my daughter's school, I was thinking, I think earlier in the video I said I was gonna color the right side of the wings first, and then I'll record coloring the left side, showing how I colored it, but I'm going to switch it around. I'm going to color the left side and use the right side to record the video, because I'm right-handed, so I don't want my hands just smearing all over the right wing if it's already colored, so it's easier to just do this side first. So that's my plan, and so I decided also while I was out waiting for my daughter to finish up the dress and this little ribbon part around her waist. And then for part 5, I'm going to finish up the wings, do her skin and her hair. I like to leave those two last, mostly because I want to take my time coloring that. And yeah, that's pretty much why I do the skin last. I know some people like to do that portion first, but for me, I like everything to be done, and then I can like take my time doing the skin, doing the hair. Yeah, so I'm missing this part here. And so that's Bistre that I just used. And now I'm gonna come in with the golden ochre to start on this side. So yeah, so my daughters are home, both of them. My eldest just got home from the community college where she takes the college course classes, and I had to remind them that I'm recording to keep it down because they can be loud. Teenage girls, they can be pretty loud. I'm still not sure what to do with these, how to color that, so I'm just gonna finish the other part and then I'll decide how I want to do that one. And so now, looking ahead to next month, I'm just kind of wondering, like, kind of nervous and wondering what the next book I'll be picking. Next month will be pretty busy for me because I have my parents coming up. I have my 16-year-old has her confirmation for church, and then my 17-year-old is having her 18th birthday party in next week, in 2 weeks. Is it next week or 2 weeks? But yeah, so I have a lot to plan for that, and I won't have that much time to record, but I'm hoping, like, if my parents are here, they can watch my 3-year-old while I spend about like 30 minutes to an hour maybe doing a quick recording, and kind of hope the next book that is picked isn't so busy, or not busy, but has too much illustrations, but we'll see. I'm kind of curious and excited to see what the next book is. So I'm not sure. I think I'll go where the bottom one is yellow right here, and then just have it go up to cream. And then cream, just go over the lightened areas. Yeah, so my parents are arriving next week, and I think they're pretty excited. They usually come every year, so excited to see the grandkids. I want to darken the brown just a little bit. Yeah, I didn't tell my parents about me having a YouTube channel. They just found out actually last week or 2 weeks ago. My brother was the one that told them. They're like, I heard this rumor that you have a YouTube channel. It's not that I'm embarrassed or anything. It's just I'm not the kind of person to broadcast to my family what I'm doing, so I mean, if they happen to cross buy it, then yeah, if they, you know, my brother and my sister, they can see my Instagram, so they know immediately that I had an had a YouTube channel, because I posted it up there for any of my followers if they wanted to watch my videos, that they can go to YouTube. Decided to add the Bistre to this part of the ruffle. Okay, so that's good. I think that's good. So let me see. I was thinking this one would be a lighter shade of the purple. I think it was Sea Fogs that I used, and then this part would be a little bit darker, so it would be the Aubergine, and then this middle part, alright, what would it be, the petticoat or something, would be the cream color. So I'll go ahead and start with this part, and I'm using Cork from the Irojiten as the darker color for the cream that I'm using from the Caran Pablo. So I'm just going to use this as a shadow and go around these part here and just go down. It's like barely noticeable, but I'll see when I lay down the cream if I want to add a little bit darker color than the Cork. Go to this side. Here, yeah, so right now I'm like kind of excited. Also, I'm excited about a lot of things, but just how this picture is coming together. And after I color one section, I want to go to the next one, and yeah, so hopefully I can get a lot of this done before I have to drop off my son, because I also have to get ready. I have to do some errands while he's at class. It's only an hour class, but it's like to drive 20 minutes away, so I was like, might as well, instead of driving back home, just do some errands while he's there. I think right over here I'm just going to add the, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, add the cork, so since it's in the flower bed already, and just bring it up. And here, just filling it in. Just bringing it up slightly. And I don't think the cream will show that much, so go over here. So I hope you guys don't mind when I have to fast forward some sections. It's just some parts where I know it's just kind of like repeated, and especially when there's like so many details of the same thing, so it would be better to just fast forward it and then go to the next part. Yeah, because with so much details, it can take a while with just filming. And I'm just lucky that my phone, the phone that I have, has a lot of space, but even though I still have to like download all the photos and stuff that I have in there. You know where there's the lines, I'm just gonna go over that with the cork also. And just on both sides. And this way. And then I'm gonna put the cream right in between. And I'm just doing a light layer, not even pressing down or anything. So I want it to be light anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty excited of how this is going to look at the end. Just hoping it, you know, it all comes together nicely. I hope it does, since I'm using colors that I used in the flowers and incorporating it into the fairy. This. So I think it's coming together. So with the cream, I'm using like a medium, light to medium pressure. I can't tell. Put the cork right here. Forgot about this section. And I know I forgot a hair piece, right? Or not hair piece, but the color part of the hair right up there. While I was waiting for my daughter, I was editing some of the footage that I already took, and just to see how long it's gonna be. And I know it's gonna be over an hour for this part, but I thought it would be a good amount, and to leave the wings and the skin and the hair for part 5, the final part. And even that one, I'm not sure how long that part's gonna be, because, you know, the wings still, yeah, I still have to figure it out. When I color this side, I can better determine how long it's gonna take me. I think. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm gonna come back with cork, and I'm just gonna deepen up the shadows. So I'm pressing like a medium pressure, and just try to push that color down. And let's see, do I want to go down here? Probably down in the flowers too. So it can stand out. I'm just hoping it doesn't look like dirty dress or anything like that. Or like, is it dingy? Hopefully when we add the purple, it'll come together nicely. see, I'm just gonna darken some spots in here. And here. And where the crease are. Well, I don't know if I'm going to put any kind of embellishment for these dotted thing, like put any like white Poscas or maybe silver or gold. I haven't even thought about what to do with these little circles and the little lace around the top parts of the dress. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the sea fog, and what I'm going to do with the sea fog is color this part and this part, just one layer. Just gonna speed right through this so you don't have to this part. Okay, so the layer of sea fog from the Irojiten colored pencils is done. As I was coloring it or laying that first layer, I was thinking if I do want it light and then dark, but now I think I'm just going to do it both the same color. So I'm going to do the inside parts first before I forget. This is Aubergine from the Caran dash, and I'm just going to color it in here and in the inside part here. And still trying to decide about the laces. I'm not sure. I think I will do that at the end also, as I'm embellishing, to see what I want to do with that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the top part. So I'm going to use the Aubergine again, the sea fog, and the white, the same colors I used as in the ribbon. So I'm just going to lightly come in with the Aubergine, see where I want to lay my shadows. Be sure where I want to put it. Better for me, I like to go in light and to figure out how much to color in. And let's see, right down here under the ribbon. So I'm just going to put that much for now, and I'm going to come in with the sea fog over the aubergine and just drawing out the color. This is for like this. Yeah, sorry if I'm being quiet, like trying to concentrate, trying to decide if I'm putting the colors the right places. And so I'm going to come back in with the aubergine and just darken some of the shadows. Right there and these areas. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna color these parts, and then I'll probably fast forward during these. And that's gonna go this, so it looks like it's popping out. I'm gonna come back in with the sea fog. And just drawing the sea fog in towards her breast and just accentuating the highlighted part there. This, okay, then I'm gonna come in with the white, the Caran white, and just gonna go over it to soften. Soften this, and yeah, I can see like, there we go. Alright, okay, then I'm gonna go ahead on this side and do the same thing. Color in the shadow areas that I know of slightly. And then right under here, I think my son is home, so my husband should be coming home too. They come in around the same time. Oh no, that's my husband, he's home. And yep, they're both home. I can hear them. So I have about an hour before I have to drop off my son. So I'm gonna go ahead and start fast forwarding from here. And I'll talk to you guys once this is done. Okay, so now we're done with the dress, and I added in the little ribbon over here. Forgot to do that earlier, but I just used the same colors as I did on this inside part of the dress. So for part 5, I'm gonna continue with the wings and then the hair and the skin and the rest of the embellishment, and that should be the final part to this hashtag Color Your Hoard book number 1, yeah, for that challenge. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I had to speed up towards the end, which is probably a good thing I did, because they started cutting up more pipes and it was just, I have a really big headache right now, so I'm gonna take some Tylenol before I leave. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please come back for part 5, the final part. And yeah, have a good day, take care, and happy colorings. Bye bye.